who should France pick for their upcoming title deciding match against England in the Six Nations? Now, they had a very, very disappointing loss to Scotland. They're now tied for the first position with Scotland, but they do have a big points difference advantage. So if they were to get a win with a bonus point against England, and if Scotland were to beat Ireland with a bonus point as well, then I think France would win with points difference. But still, they're still going to have to beat an England team that's probably going to try bounce back. But I do expect this France team to bounce back themselves. Do I think there's going to be a lot of changes? Honestly, no. I honestly think normally you would expect Fabien Galtier to make a lot of changes. I do think there's going to be some changes, but honestly not a lot. But I will, before we do get into it, guys, if you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. And if you disagree with what I'm saying, let me know in the comments down below. And also, if you agree with what I'm saying, let me know in the comments as well. We'll talk about it. We'll discuss it in the comments. We'll have a good time. But let's get right into it. Now, at number 1, I think they'll go for Jean-Baptiste Gros again. I thought he was good. Honestly, I thought he was really good against Scotland. He was one of those guys that actually stepped up. This isn't a player ratings, but he was a guy who gave one of the highest scores for the player ratings video for France in the forward pack. And he was the one guy that actually probably stood up, in my opinion. He was really good on defense, and he's been really good around the park as well. Now, at number 2, I've gone for Julien Marchand. He had a horrible game. He had an absolute nightmare of a game, but I don't think they're going to just lose faith in him after one game. He's a very good player. He's played at the top level for a while now. And to be honest, if they were to drop him for the next game, that would probably be very detrimental for his confidence. So I think playing him, letting him bounce back, he'll probably have one of his best games in recent years if they actually just let him play next week. Number 3, just based on some of the injuries right now and some guys that they have available, I think they'll stick with Dorian Aldegheri, even though he's one guy that for me probably has been one of the weaker links in the France team throughout the Six Nations. I have to say it, I think he's not been one of the better guys, but I do think he'll get the start just because from a familiarity standpoint, scrumming together, I think it makes sense to keep those 3 guys together. Number 4 and number 5. At number 4, I've gone for Charles Olivon again. He was decent on the weekend. He works hard around the field, and he never actually has a bad game. So Charles Olivon, I've gone for a number 4. At number 4, he wasn't able to do what he has done in other weeks, which is break the game a lot and make a lot of line breaks and get some try assists, but that comes from the whole team not being on the same page, not clicking, not gelling as a team. Some guys in the backline not playing their best as well. So guys weren't able to put Charles Olivon in good positions as well. So he still had a good game in my opinion, and I think he's going to bounce back in a big way. Number 5, I think they'll stick with Mikel Guillard. Remember, this could also be completely different, and they can go for a completely different team to punish these players. But this is what I think from a common sense perspective, letting some of these guys bounce back that have had a very good Six Nations. I think Mikel Guillard at number 5. I think that's the right guy to put there. He's a very hard-working player, and I think he'll have a good game. Number 6, a guy that's been rock solid throughout the whole Six Nations. He's a phenomenal player, and I've really realized now why France rates him so high and why the French fans really love this guy. Number 6, Francois Cross, and probably my new favorite forward for France. He's probably honestly is my new favorite forward for France. He is absolutely awesome. He's a wrecking ball, and he never has a bad game, but he really does kind of play with pride on his shoulders. He plays for the jersey every single time, and I do like players like that at international level. Number 7, Oscar Giroud. I'm not sure if anything's going to happen from his disciplinary stuff from the past weekend against Scotland, but I do think he'll still be there. He's a very hard-working player, and I think if France were to make changes, it's not going to be in the final game of the Six Nations where they need a win as well. Number 8, Anthony Gelange, a guy that did get forced away from the field. I think he will be available to play if I'm not mistaken. He looked very upset and very confused why he did leave the field, but still, I do think he will be there. And if he is healthy, he will be the number 8 if that's the case. And he's been a very good player. He's a rock solid player, and he works very hard around the field. Number 9 and captain, I've gone for Antoine Dupont. He had one of his worst games I've seen from him in a while and probably ever. So he will bounce back from that. Luckily, he is one of the best players in the world. So we know he's going to bounce back, and we know what we want to see from him and what we probably will see from him against England. England are probably really stressed out right now that they actually have to play against a France team after a disappointing performance, because they're going to get the backlash from that, and it might go from bad to worse for England next week. Number 10, I think they'll go for Mathieu Jalibert again. He did miss a week due to an injury, but he's been phenomenal the entire Six Nations. So I think giving him another opportunity, and if they were to drop him, that would be really unfair in my opinion. He didn't play well because the forward pack didn't play well, because Antoine Dupont didn't play well, and the whole team didn't play well. So it all just didn't work out for France. And I think next week's going to be like a new chapter. It's going to be a completely different team on the field. It's going to be the same group of players, but mentally it's going to be a completely different team. And I think they might just bulldoze England, to be honest. I think it could be a 30-plus point game. So Mathieu Jalibert at number 10. Number 11, Louis Barry. That's a bit of a no-brainer. He was still good without being great. He didn't get put in the best opportunities, but I still think he is going to be in the number 11 jersey. He's a very important guy in this team for France. Now, looking at the centres, this is where I think the change is going to be. I think number 12 is going to be Fabien Barry, and I think number 13 is going to be Emilien Gaiton. I think these two have actually cemented themselves right now as the first choice, and I think Yoram Mofana and Nicolas Deporté were really bad this past weekend. They were really bad. It was a very disappointing performance from them, and it's not that I'm saying that they aren't the first choice centres right now. I still think they are, but I think if you are right now trying to win the game, to win the Six Nations, you're going to play the guys right now that are on form, and that right now is Fabien Barry and Emilien Gaiton. So I think those two will come back into the starting lineup. They've had a week to rest. They'll be fresh. And I do think between Yoram Mofana and Nicolas Deporté, one of them will be on the bench to cover the number 23 jersey. Number 14, Theo Atasogbe, didn't have his best game, but the ball also didn't bounce his way, but he's going to be looking to bounce back and really add that composure, which he normally does. He did score a really good try, a really well-worked try with Louis Barry, and I think this week he's going to try and maybe give one back to Louis Barry, because he's a really good player as well, and he's very good with his feet, his footwork, and he's got really smart, a very smart, intelligent attacking game, especially with his little chips, and the way he can play like a fullback as well, so that is a really big attribute of his game. Number 15, Thomas Ramos, he's going to have a big game. He always has a big game, and he honestly was one of the better backs against Scotland this past week. He did play a bit more of a running attacking style, which we normally don't see from him as much. He was kind of attacking the line a lot more, kind of taking matters into his own hands as a key playmaker. I think he kind of felt that Mathieu Jalibert and Antoine Dupont maybe weren't at their best, so he definitely did take matters into his own hands, and I thought he did have a good game. But I think for him this week, he just has to be composed, put guys in the right areas of the field, and kick over all his kicks. I think that's what's going to be important for him. Moving on to the bench, at number 16, I think they'll go for Piato Movaka. Bit of a no-brainer. He's an awesome player, and I think he's going to add a lot off the bench, and he's going to be looking to make a big impact. At number 17, Rodrigue Netti, alongside number 18, Demba Bamba. Rodrigue Netti likes to smash guys for fun. He is a bus, and he hits like a truck. He honestly does. This guy, I don't understand how he does it. He just doesn't move, and a guy could be running into him from 30 meters away, and he'll still smash them backwards. He's a really fun player to watch. And you know what? Throughout the Six Nations, I've actually started enjoying watching the front row players around the field a bit more, like a Jean-Baptiste Gros, a Rodrigue Netti, a Simone Ferrari, a Danilo Fischetti, a Pierre Skuman. I've really been enjoying watching these guys play because they've been really fun to watch. Number 18, Demba Bamba. I thought he did really well when he came on to add a bit of energy, and I think it's about time because he's a player I've rated so highly for a long time, and he deserves it. He deserves an opportunity because he's a phenomenal player. Moving on to number 19 and number 20, I think they'll go for Thibaut Flamé and for Emmanuel Miaofu. He'll give them another opportunity because I don't think he's going to change too much. Like, as you can see, this whole team, there's only been 2 changes so far. There'll still be one more change, but Thibaut Flamé and Emmanuel Miaofu, those are the 2 guys. They are huge human beings. Maybe they get the start and they move Olivon somewhere, maybe into the number 7 jersey, but I just don't see that many changes being made. I think they're going to be looking to have a much better game because they were disappointing against Scotland. They didn't get the impact they would have liked, but I think a forward pack of like a Movaka, Netti, Bamba, Flamé and Miaofu is a huge forward pack to bring on that can make a lot of impact in the second half. Adding to that forward pack at number 21, I think they're going to stick with Lenny Nushi. He did get a yellow card, but he's been one of the better players off the bench for France in the entire Six Nations, and he's been one of the best bench players in the entire Six Nations, period. He's been absolutely awesome. I think he's also going to bounce back, and I think that's a key theme for the whole team. If you give all of these guys another opportunity, it gives them an opportunity to really bounce back, and I think every single player here, knowing how ruthless the coaches can be, will take that opportunity, will take that responsibility, and they will bounce back. Number 22, one of my favorite players and the guy that played the best when he came onto the field, Baptiste Seren. He's been absolutely awesome, and I expect him to come on and get a bit more game time and absolutely run through England. He is an awesome player. Number 23, this is where I think the centres will be split from this week's game. I think Nicolas Deporté will be given the number 23 jersey because he can play centre, he can play wing, and if needed, he probably can slot in at fullback, but you could probably just bring Theo Atasogbe into fullback if need be. But I think between him and Yoram Mofana, Deporté was better than Yoram Mofana. And I think if you're thinking about the number 23 jersey right now, Barassi missed 4 tackles in less than 30 minutes. So I think he's not going to be given the number 23 jersey again, but I do think that the centers will be replaced, and I think Emilian Gaiton and Fabian Bradbury will be given another opportunity just to play with form right now. Throughout the year, I think it will change and it will go back to Mofana and Deporte because they're going to go back to their clubs, get that form back. And it's always difficult having an injury, missing a week where the team did play well and then coming back and trying to play at the same level as those guys. It's always going to be difficult, but I do expect them to come back firing. They are still young players, but that is just a team I think France is going to select. I mean, it's a very good team. I'll go over it one more time just so you guys get a bit of an example here. Number 1, Jean-Baptiste Gros. Number 2, Julien Marchand. Number 3, Dorian Aldegheri. Number 4, Charles Olivon. Number 5, Mikel Guillard. Number 6, Francois Cross. Number 7, Oscar Jegu. Number 8, Anthony Gelange. Number 9, Antoine Dupont. Number 10, Mathieu Jalibert. Number 11, Louis Bielbarri. Number 12, Fabien Braubory. Number 13, Emilian Gaiton. Number 14, Theo Atisogbe. Number 15, Thomas Ramos. Number 16, Piato Mavaka. Number 17, Rodrigue Netti. Number 18, Demba Bamba. Number 19, Thibaut Flamer. Number 20, Emmanuel Miaufu. Number 21, Lenny Nushi. Number 22, Baptiste Seren. And number 23, Nicolas Deporte. That is the team I think France will choose this week, and that I think they probably could pick and that they probably will pick to try win the Six Nations. If you guys do agree, let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you disagree and you have your own team that you think they're going to pick, let me know. Let me know your team selections, your possible team selections. That's the fun in this. We don't know, and it's all just a prediction. This is just my fun little thing I like to do. I know the fans do enjoy it, so if you do enjoy it, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.